to finding a second win, but wasn't quite there. And as you said, a lot of teams had those very different approaches. We had teams play very passive, teams play very explosive, teams kind of really trying to get involved in fights, and others kind of keeping to themselves. So the big thing obviously now is that we've gotten those 5 games out of the way. We've got 25 more matches left to go, 5 of which we'll get through today. We're going to see exactly where this lobby's meta has come from, because such a big talking point with this lobby too is the fact that we do have sub-regional qualifiers, and the way that the American teams play, the way that the LATAM team plays can be very different. And as well, some of those teams have to change up their drop spots. Coming into Miramar was one of the things that we were looking at for a couple of teams, and one of the things that we knew would affect squads like a Creche, who have had a very disappointing start after coming out of the LATAM groups in such a phenomenal position as the leader from that. They haven't really done much here, and so it's kind of one of the teams that I'm looking for, as we can even see on the screen here. Roth, once again, taking that drop spot very, very close to Creche.
Yeah, talking about Creche, I mean, I think a lot of people were looking at him. I was expecting a little bit of a fall off, just because their performance in groups was mostly just a whole bunch of points that they were able to pick on Erangel, but I wasn't expecting a drop off this hard. But again, it's 5 games, man. Like, it's plenty of time to turn things around. He's
got the motorcycle. He's driving back down south to meet the rest of the team. I think at this point, 22 now putting that focus on getting into position is something that we've kind of heard them talk about. And ooh, speaking of getting into position right there, Oldless did get that knock onto Lampola. Hello Senpai trying to return some of that fire, but wasn't quite enough. Leda really scoped into Oldless right there, but standing at the worst place on the reload as he was caught off ground. Looks like right now Nootropic just trying to see if they could do anything to help out Lamp. That's going to have to come at the cost of knocking Oldless.
That's really good eyes from Sharpshot there to kind of protect Oldless while the shots were coming through. Big damage coming through onto Soniqs. He's going to be able to pull back, but now Oldless might be in a little bit of trouble. Through the smoke. Nicely done, Soniqs. Now, can they get the flush as well, though? This fight is fully blooming. They are not trying to escape this. 2 down for each team.
I mean, Roth just threw a beautiful nade as well, getting that knock onto Halo Senpai. You can see him running straight in to the warehouse. They're absolutely ambushing Nootropic, not giving them any time to breathe. And this is what they've got to do if they want to keep an opportunity to get Oldless up right now. Soniqs is not letting up. He's trying to see if he can find that knock, and Roth doing anything he can to distract him and try to keep this team an option of staying 4 alive and through this fight.
That's what you got to be careful if you're in Roth's shoes right now, though. You know you're in a 1v1 against Soniqs. You don't want to give him the 1v1 like Keenan just got knocked there. You don't want to take the risk that you lose a player to this solo snake that's left from Nootropic. Soniqs doing a damn good job of making a good accounting for himself here. Hasn't been able to get the knock or the flush onto Keenan just yet. Now, yeah, Bing Bang Boom just going to regroup. Take this seriously. There you go. Good stuff from Roth. Cleans up Soniqs. Richie B kind of on an island here by himself, but meanwhile we got Soniqs in a fight with Dodge in the long building, a scary place to fight, and that's going to be a nice knock on a cherry. Instant flush there from Shrimzy as things look to be settling down for Soniqs after that win the late day yesterday. They're coming out here strong in game 1. Unfortunate for Dodge, not really much they could do there. They did manage to sneak away a point off of Rumblers, although I don't even think they got the point. I think they got Corsac low and he ended up going down to the blue, so unfortunate there for Dodge as they go out in 15th. Rumblers also lose a player, but they got to make their way over from that eastern side. Should be a clear path unless they start wrapping a little bit farther to the north. We'll see what Soniqs decides to do. Actually, really interested to see what United decides to do. This is a very, very strong 2-2 split, as we know, but they've got to get everybody back together. It's starting to get late game. Yeah, Sneakers and Rello going to hop in the vehicles, make their way over.
I mean, that's the play, right? To get themselves a little more centered position. They've got the high ground on STK right now, who's rotating in. Yellow Jackets, BBB, this fight that we've been kind of anticipating now for 2 zones is finally popping off, and Yellow Jackets really pinched down. You can see even from the high ground up there, Soniqs, Tiggleton, he's going to get that hit onto Batungas. Meanwhile, Akreche and 22 on the opposite edge of the northern side of the circle, finding themselves in yet another long compound fight. Kaishin coming out is going to find a knock down to 20 HP and try and secure that flush, get that point. Akreche absolutely need it right now. And you can see nice thrown Molotov by Haston. He's going to get that knock on Kaishin. He had no time to heal.
I mean, where's the rest of Akreche? They should be seeing this in the kill feed, know that 22 is beaten and bruised and damaged. They got to know that they got to push this now if they're going to try to win the fight. But here you go, shoot to kill, trying to hold on to this north side as Bing Bang Boom, after dealing with Yellow Jackets, still haven't finished dealing with Yellow Jackets, as I think it's still just one up. Yeah, Drake just hiding behind the U.S. Keenan hasn't picked out, but damage done on a Bing Bang Boom here, as they've got 6 kills. I mean, you're just letting Mime and the rest of Soniqs have just been able to free farm down onto this with minis, and they're going to hit those shots every day.
Yeah, I mean, Mime's still outside of the zone right now. You can install him and Keenan with this nade. That's got to be good. It's going to do damage, not find that final knock, though, somehow. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but there you go. The Yellow Jackets are going to find themselves eliminated. And again, Sharp Shot, BBB, 8 kills to their name, but they are absolutely pinched down between shoot to kill, between Soniqs. So many teams right now with line of sight in here. Sharp Shot trying to use these smokes to his advantage. Maybe grab a little bit of utility off some of these Yellow Jacket bodies so you can have some kind of resources going forward, but you can see this biggest issue is still Mime right above him, who luckily is a bit distracted by shoot to kill, as he's going to get a knock onto Kurt.
I mean, this is great for Bing Bang Boom, despite the fact that they probably going out a little bit early here, down to just Sharp Shot. But again, 8 kills, adding to their point total. I mean, they've just not had a really bad game yet, as they looks like they maybe Kickstart could get in there. Oh no, Sharp Shot. Okay. Penta's going to be the one that does him, but if it wasn't him, it was going to be Mime. I mean, Mime is just living his best life up here. Nobody's shooting back at him. He's just kind of free to farm down here. Can you get the last one into Penta? Oh, that mini's just not hitting right for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that vest was broken. He was really starting to run out of meds, not a lot of utility. So now, all that said, AKM, who has been kind of quiet here on the western side, starting to send it in his zone. They're going to send it right into the tree where Haven was. Haven gets not 1 but 2 knocks here on members of AKM, but it is going to be a bit of a trade here. So 22 lose 1, find themselves eliminated out. But unfortunately for AKM, it came at the loss of 2 players.
Man, shoot to kill has been busting, trying to get to this point of the game. I mean, the fact that they've only lost 1 is a credit to them, as they have been just getting beaten and bruised by United Soniqs, everybody with that high ground. And now the new circle pops. Soniqs actually send 2 over towards United, and that might be great news for SDK, because it's going to force United to put their attention back towards the east. And yeah, United reading that really well. Yeah, this is real dangerous from the Rumblers. You don't like to be stacked, and you especially don't like to be stacked right on a tree. That's an easy landmark for a grenade there. Waldo doing a great job of holding anchor position here. Los will go down, though. Good shots from Adam will take him. Waldo down to 1 HP. Looks like Kukamukau as well. He's going to go down. It's down to Valiant. I think this is a 1v1. Actually, no. Gascan's eliminated from range, I believe, by somebody else, so Rumblers should be able to reset.
Yeah, Tiggleton just from far range was completely laying into any team that moved down to the south. They came up to the ridge line and were very visible. Yeah, you can see Mime still doing it here. He managed to knock down a member of United. Penta creeping in behind this, but he is spotted by Kickstart. That nade, just does a little bit of damage. Penta actually, I think, a little lucky there.
Yeah, I mean, this is experience shining through with the United and Soniqs right now. You give them that much space to work around this high ground. They've been just dictating everything that's been going on to the south. Now, eventually, they do have to turn into each other, and it looks like they're going to do that right now, but instant trade coming through from these 2 big dogs.
Go.
Do they even have healing? I don't even think they have healing left.
I don't think they have much, and you can see Vox was waiting exactly for this. He's got a line of sight, but he's got to act quickly. Once again, Soniqs hitting those shots. H1 with that headshot onto Waldo. Vox been spotted out himself by members of Soniqs. He's lying prone, H1. H1 saw that. Vox real quick to move there. And I mean, really, Rumblers, even if they get into the zone at this point, they're now within nade range of Soniqs, who are just completely dialed into this part of the circle.
It was interesting. You saw Soniqs and United start to push into each other. They trade knocks, and they immediately are like, we don't like this fight just yet. Let's clean up whatever's going on to the south. These are free points for us. We've got the better position here. Good work from Vox. Once again, 300. They're finding points in the most unlikely ways. Solo play from Vox is going to get him another couple of points there in kills and placement. Yeah,
I think 3 kills right now for 300. This is a bit of a messy way to get to the top, but he really salvaged what he could from this game. Meanwhile, though, Yahoo, who have managed to stay up mostly strong, although they did just lose Shinboy.
Yeah, I mean, they're pulling away, but it might have been a little bit too late here. It says Tiggleton has that high side. Oh, Pootage actually finding the angle will knock Rello, so it's down to just Flood, and Pootage going to be the one to do it to him again. Pootage on fire right now, 415 damage, and now it's 3 up for Yahoo. Can they do something about Soniqs? Soniqs this whole time has just been cleaning up what was left of 300, but then they take the opportunity to spread out. They've got complete control over this circle. They know exactly where all these players for Yoho are.
Elfrost was spotted out by Shrimzy, very low on HP. He's going to have to just lay low and hope not to get spotted out, but Tiggleton is going to connect, finds one with the help of mine, gets two. There's only one member still standing left of Yoho. It's Poonage, and Shrimzy's got him in the barrel. There you go. 8 kills and Soniqs back-to-back wins as they take match 1 here on Miramar.
I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours.